Garoppolo from Las Vegas Raiders. We'll begin with the opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions. Okay?
Just want to say thank you all for coming, first of all. I really appreciate it. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. But no, I just want to thank the Yorks, thank the 49ers for everything that they've done. My time there was awesome. Enjoyed it. A lot of ups and downs. It was a fun time. But, turning the page now, moving on. Next chapter of my life, and can't wait to get started in Vegas. So I'll open up for questions, but go ahead.
Jimmy, Vinny Monster with the Review-Journal, welcome to Las Vegas. Just going back to yesterday, there was a little bit of a delay. Any light that you could shed on what happened, and was there any kind of worry that this couldn't get over the finish line?
No worry. It was just honestly just talking, language, things like that. But no, both sides I think knew what we wanted to get done, so it was very collaborative actually, just us coming together.
Jimmy, Levi Edwards, Las Vegas Raiders. Have you had any chance to have any conversations with any of your new teammates, such as Devontae, or anybody like that so far?
Yeah, just text. Nothing. I've actually met a couple of guys in here the last couple of days. Andre James, saw him walking through. Character of a guy, I like him so far. But yeah, talked to Devontae, Max. They were like the first two to text me when I first all started happening. So I'm excited to meet everyone else though.
Hey Jimmy, it's Tashawn Reed from The Athletic. Obviously you have a lot of history with Josh McDaniels, playing for him for a few years back in the day, but it has been a few years since you've been in his system. What sort of goes into that process of kind of reintegrating yourself into this system? Not relearning it, but kind of picking it back up after spending some years in another system?
Yeah, I think there's a different, like Kyle's offense versus Josh's offense, just different mindset behind it. So I think revamping the mind like that is the first step, and then just relearning the language. It's basically like going Spanish to French, something like that, and it won't take long. But I think Josh's offense obviously has evolved over the years, and just got to pick it up as quickly as possible. But it'll be fun.
Jimmy, Ryan Sakamoto, Dark Side of Beast Rider. In your 49ers opening presser, when I asked you what the single most important thing that you learned playing behind Tom Brady, you cited work ethic. Fast forward to today, now being the starter in San Francisco over the past 6 years, what is the single most important thing that you learned being the starter there?
Work ethic's probably still up there. It's preparation or work ethic, I think. Those two things, NFL is a hard place. A lot of talent, everyone's fast, everyone can throw, all these things. But I think those two things will really set you apart, and your mindset too. It's not easy to win games in this league, but if you got those little things going for you, got a chance.
Jimmy and Greeny from the Review-Journal. As far as you've taken teams and as much as you've done, is there still stuff to prove, like at this point, when you come into a new situation?
Hell yeah. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. I know every player says that when they come up to their first press conference, but that's my goal. I want to go get a ring, get the silver and black back to where it should be. And I know it's not an easy process. Been through it, San Francisco, lower end of the field when I first got there, but it's a process, but it'll be worth it.
As you approached free agency, was this on the radar, the Raiders, Las Vegas?
Yeah, oh yeah, they were right off the bat actually when my agents gave me the first list of teams. Raiders were right up there. I had the familiarity with Josh, Dave, the GM, all that played a role.
Jimmy, Mark Anderson, 8th League. Do you see yourself, are you coming with the idea that you're the long-term starter, or can you see maybe an Alex Smith type role as well?
I'm coming in with the mindset that I need to earn everything. I don't want to be given any, you're the franchise guy or whatever. I want to come in and earn it. I think that'll come through hard work, working with the teammates, being at the facility, all those little things will play a role. But I don't want to be given anything. I want to earn it.
Jimmy, in the back here, Heidi Fang, Las Vegas Review-Journal. Just wondering, where is your progress right now with the, I think it was a Lisfranc foot injury, and how have you kind of mentally worked through that process in terms of adversity and dealing with that injury?
Well, I've had injuries in the past, so the mental part wasn't, initially it sucks, obviously. You hate being in a situation, but once I got past that initial part, especially once we started to make a little bit of a run in the playoffs last year, I was getting ready to ramp up again and be ready, but things didn't work out, and I'm glad how things ended up, I would say.
Jimmy, you kind of had a winding path to this point, from being a backup to being an unquestioned starter to going to a season as a backup again, having to jump in as a starter. Has that kind of all those twists and turns prepared you to kind of be ready for anything?
Yeah, I think and that's the NFL. You never know what your path's going to be. Everyone has a different story, but I think as long as you keep rolling with the punches, keep believing in yourself, good things will happen. And I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by good teammates, good coaches, and good things have happened for me. So just trying to keep that going forward.
Jimmy, can you talk about your first ever interaction that you can remember having with Josh McDaniels and what it was like getting to know him to kind of what he's like now as a coach?
Yeah, we actually had a funny first interaction. So it was the combine process. You go on your one-day visit to a team, and I was meeting with Josh. He was running me through the offense on the board, and I don't know if it was planned, but I swear he planned it. And Tom Brady walked in, and I thought it would throw me off a little bit because never met him before, a little starstruck. But yeah, he walked out and everything. Josh kept going with the teaching. That was our first interaction.
Jimmy, Paul Gutierrez back here from ESPN. When you were with the 49ers, you shared the market for a little bit anyway with the Raiders before they moved here. What was your impressions or your thought process of what this franchise represented from back then to where it is now?
I honestly, growing up, I didn't know a whole ton about the Raiders. Grew up in Chicago. Only thing I knew about the Raiders was my dad. He was a Bears fan, but he also, liked the Raiders. He always said they were the cool team. They were the team that everyone wanted to cheer for, the badasses. And that was kind of my impersonation of the Raiders. Other than that, it was a cool organization. I can remember, the throw Ken Stabler, guys like that, just hard-nosed guys that it was cool. And that's what we're trying to get back to.
Obviously, you have your family here with you. Why is that important for them to be here with you on a day like this?
I wouldn't be here without them. It's cool having them out here. It's just a blessing. Yeah, they've helped me with so much stuff on the field, off the field, whatever it is, and it's just thanking them, I guess.
Jimmy Q Myers, Raider Nation Radio 920. For those in Raider Nation that don't know, what are you bringing to this team? What do you bring to the organization?
I'm trying to bring an energy. Trying to get everyone on the same page, get everyone rolling in the same direction, and like I said before, I'm trying to earn it. I don't want, just because I'm the quarterback, I'm not the leader because of that. I want to be the leader because guys respect me and believe in me. And I think that starts with hard work. And so I'll try to do that as much as I can and take it from there.
When you look at this organization, or this situation, you got Josh Jacobs that you can hand the ball off to, Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. How appealing is that for a quarterback?
Very, very. Whenever you got skill position guys like that, the run after catch, I'm a big believer in it. I think you give them an accurate ball. If you got the right guys, they can make a play with it. And we seem to have the right guys here, so just got to get working together.
Hey, Jimmy, Cassie Soto, Las Vegas Review Journal. Going off of Q's question, this franchise had the same guy under center for nearly a decade. How are you hoping to come in and make this role your own? And what is your message to Raider Nation as they get to know you?
I think it'll happen naturally. I don't want to, force anything, be unauthentic. I just want to be myself, and it's done me well in the past. I think the hard-working part, setting the example for the young guys, bringing everyone along, getting everyone on the same page. I think those are the little things that go a long way. And just like I said before, I'm trying to bring an energy to this building, get everyone going in the right direction. And when you have that passion, when you play with passion on the field, I think it translates to the building too. That's what I'm trying to do.
Jimmy, one thing that Kyle Shanahan loved, raved about you, and advocated for you when the trade was made back in 2017 was your leadership style. What type of leadership style do you hope to bring here to Las Vegas Raiders?
A real one. I think repeat myself, but I think a real one, a passionate one, one that the fans could feel good about. I'm a big believer in that. It's a spectator sport. We're putting out a show on there for the fans, and if we could do it in the right way, things will work out.
Since you're familiar with McDaniels' offensive system, and there are some guys coming in that maybe aren't, how important is your job off the field this offseason in kind of getting them up to speed so you guys can hit the ground running?
Very important. I was actually just talking to Josh about it. It'll take me, I got to get my stuff down first before I could start helping everybody and getting us all on the same page. But that's comes with the territory of a quarterback, I guess. You just got to do a little bit of everything. But I'm looking forward to it. We had guys, Phillip was with me in New England. Jacoby obviously had played in that system, so there's some familiarity. We just got to get all on the same page, I think, and as quickly as possible.
Jimmy, Chris Matthews from CBS Affiliate here. Can you kind of expand a little bit on Paul's question there, just the mystique of the Raiders and playing across the bay? You've seen the carnival of characters, the dress up, the black hole, and all that stuff. To be kind of part of that now, what does that mean to you?
It's really cool. It really is. Just get to wear black, all black. That's one of the coolest parts of it, I think. I know it sounds cliche, but it's just, I don't know, it's a lot of little things. And I don't know everything about the Raiders yet, but I want to embrace the culture, embrace the history of this organization. The players that I've seen on the walls here is really cool. I get a kick out of history a little bit, so it's it's gonna be fun going forward. I can't wait to immerse myself in it.
Jimmy Jones now with LVSportsBiz.com. What's your initial assessment of the Las Vegas market in terms of being an NFL home?
I haven't got a ton of, I've only been here for a couple days, so I haven't gotten a ton of experience with it, but we went out to dinner, me and the family last night, and people seem to be very fired up around here. A lot of football fans out there. We walked through one of the casinos to the restaurant, and the place was going crazy, so I'm excited about that part of it for sure.
Jimmy, if I remember correctly, back in college, you didn't have a playbook. How much has that been a blessing in disguise when transitioning into the NFL?
It made it tough, honestly, but thankfully Josh and Jerry Shuplinski, they basically raised me in the NFL. I didn't know what a mic point was. I didn't know how to set a protection, but they taught me all that stuff back in the New England days, and it's done me very well going forward. So I appreciate those guys, and I'm gonna keep trying to learn from them.
Jimmy, I know you mentioned, kind of wanting to get the Raiders back to essentially a championship winning ways, and that's something that when McDaniels and Ziegler were hired, I know you weren't here yet, they kind of said that the goal is to compete for championships year in and year out. How confident are you that this team can reach that place quickly?
I'm confident. I also know that it's a very tough road, and you never want to, go into it that, set expectations too high. You want to go in and know that you're going to work hard, enjoy the process, and I truly believe that that's what gets you to February at the end of the year. If you, try to skip through the process and take shortcuts, you're not making the playoffs. That's just the reality of this league, and I'm a firm believer in that. So I think if we put in the work, do all the things the right way, and get the right people in here, it's a good start.
I'm not sure if you've had the chance yet, but have you been to Allegiant Stadium as of yet, and what's your just initial impressions of it?
I've seen it from the outside. We're getting a tour later, so looking forward to that. But everyone keeps raving about it, man. Just the environment, everything. I can't wait.
Jimmy, there's a handful of Raiders now here or a handful of Patriots now here with the Raiders. You spent years with the Patriots. You always hear that the Patriot Way. What is the Patriot Way?
It's been a while since I was there, man. I don't know. I think just working hard, and I think it's really, to be in the NFL, you have to have that. You have to work hard. You have to do the right thing. You have to be willing to be unselfish for your teammate. And I don't know, I'm a big believer in all those things. I think that's what makes for a good team. That's what makes for an unselfish team. And just when you can do that, when the leaders of your team can do that, it kind of trickles down to everyone else.
Along those lines, a lot of people have followed Josh McDaniels here, you, yourself included. What is it about him as a coach that makes you want to go play for him?
For me, it starts with he's very smart. He's very smart. Taught me the game of football basically in the NFL, but he cares too about the game. Like, he cares about winning. You could really tell just talking to him that winning is important to him, and I wouldn't say that's true about everyone in the NFL. So when you do get an opportunity like that, it's hard to pass up.
Along those lines, Jacoby was in here yesterday, and he kind of said when he first started with Josh, it was a bit much. He didn't really like it necessarily, and then he realized, like, oh, I get what this guy is. Did you have that similar thing?
Yeah, it's very similar actually. It was, but it's a blessing in disguise almost. It's one of those things. I was talking to my brother about it the other day. You hate it initially, especially as a young player. You're like, what the man? Like, this is hard. And it is hard, like the NFL is hard, but you appreciate it later in your career because you're like, I'm glad I went through that because it's making everything else so much easier. So it's a give and take there, but yeah, Josh, he'll push you, but you appreciate it in the end.
Logan Raven with KLS Channel 8 here. Josh McDaniels, when he took his job, talked about how past experiences kind of molded him. For you and your journey, just, with everything you've come across, how do you feel like it's molded you?
Being in 3 different organizations, you see a lot of different compare and contrast, I guess you could say, and you see what you like and see what you don't like and what's good and what's bad. And I'm just trying to come here and bring a little bit of everything. Just make this a family. I think that's the first step in winning football games, is making the building a family, making everyone push in the right direction, and if we could do that, it's a good start.
Jimmy, I remember during the Super Bowl, you sharing the experience of starting out as a linebacker.
Yeah.
And then trying to transition. Going from that and then going to quarterback in the transition process, just going from being a linebacker and doing defense, how much kind of easier did it make it now to deal with transition?
I was only a high school linebacker, so we were running 2 coverages, I think, at the time. So I wouldn't say I knew it very well, but no, I think it gave me a mindset that's different than most quarterbacks, which I appreciate. I think I I just try to be one of the guys, because that's what I was my whole life. I had two older brothers that you get a little too cocky, they're gonna bring you down real quick. So it's that's kind of my mindset behind it. But no, I'm glad I started as a linebacker. I think it kind of molded me as a person.
You had a pretty viral moment walking through the building yesterday. Not gonna repeat what you said, but was that a genuine feeling about this building and about what you saw?
Yeah, it really was. Everyone told me so many good things about it before we got here, how big it was, awesome, everything, and you're like, okay, like, it can't be that good. But then you pull up, and it really was. It was overwhelming at first, but it's I'm blessed to be here, man. I'm so excited.
Jimmy, John Katzel, with the Review Journal. I would like to know what you think about just living in Las Vegas, for starters, and where did you have dinner?
What was it? Michael Mina's place. Strip Steak. Yeah, so we went there. First impressions of Vegas. I'm excited about living here. Haven't really gotten a feel for the neighborhoods around everything. Pretty much have just been to the Strip and the facility. But no, I'm excited about it. I've heard good things. I've heard whatever you're looking for in the neighborhoods, you can find it out here. My grandparents actually lived here. I don't know, it's probably like 10, 15 years, something like that. So they lived out here. We visited them a little bit, and that was really my only exposure to it. But I'm excited about it. It'll be fun.
Do your grandparents have any advice for you?
Go Red. No, I'm kidding. They say go Black.
Jimmy, I was wondering, they call this the sports and entertainment capital of the world now with F1 coming here, the Final Four is coming, you got these big bowl games and so forth. Are you overall a big sports fan of like auto racing, NASCAR, F1, and all those, basketball and stuff?
The main F1 I haven't really gotten into. I think it would be really cool to see a race here. But the other sports, yeah, hockey, huge hockey fan. Really excited to get to the night games. Heard those are exciting. But yeah, baseball, basketball, I'm into all that stuff, and the UFC will be pretty cool too. So yeah, it's town special. I'm looking forward to it.
Who's your favorite fighter?
Fighter? John Bones is pretty. I mean, knowing Chandler and everything, I'd have to say John. Yeah.
Anything more, guys? We all set?
That's it.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks guys.
Thank you, man.
Nice meeting all you guys.